What's up, goblins, and welcome back to another Dreamship episode in Cosmoteer. Yes, as always, if you want to participate in future episodes, make sure that you join my Discord server, link in the description down below. And in the background, you can already see the first blueprint that we got here for today, sent it in by Arachnids Are Cool. And you wrote me, this is Flaming Syrup, a ship I'm using for 1.5 million in PvP. It has a potential top speed of something around 68, but the thrusters tend to run out of power quickly. Not sure if the turning is good, maybe it is. It uses a thermal lance, 14 OC mining beams, 2 MP launchers and 2 nuke launchers. It has airlock so it can use enemy scrap to repair itself. I want it to be more durable. And could use some point defense for the radiators, I guess. Not really sure how to make it more viable. Don't worry, I have this for you, of course. And PS, you can show my username. It's cool. Yeah, it definitely is. I like your username. So yeah, what do we have here in the background? Actually, this ship is not a total mess. I'd say this is absolutely usable. But of course, I try to make this a little bit better. Okay, the first thing I noticed was that you have a lot of armor. But this armor is also kind of very thin and very much stretched. So I tried to reduce the stretched armor and then combine this more on top here by making up some space. That's why I refitted all your mining lasers in this pattern here. So don't worry, all mining lasers are still overclocked, but they are way closer together. And this is making it easier to shield your upfront here with your armor and of course also your shield generators. So we have to protect our large core here. This is actually our biggest weak point here. We have some small shield generators here. This one is even overclocked. And then we have some 4 normal shield generators here, not overclocked. So okay, what else did I change? You also told me you have a thermal resonance lance, and I made this thermal resonance lance slightly stronger. So if we have a look on this one, this thermal resonance lance has 2 dilation pumps and 4 amplification modules. And on my ship, I have 4 dilation pumps and 6 amplification modules. So slightly stronger, leading to a dilation of 250% and 760% amplification. Also, I was able to make, even though you have the same firepower, so we do have here 14 OC mining lasers, the thermal lance, 2 nukes, 2 EMPs, I still managed to make your ship slightly cheaper. So we have a current value of 1.33 million here, compared to your initial value of really 1.5 million. So we are like 150,000 credits cheaper here, because I condensed this way more. And I also got rid of some of your radiators. You just had too many radiators for this build here I'm using. Okay, I'd say this is everything I wanted to show you here. Let's go into our first battle test. Okay, of course, the first test, as always, is a single target test. So with our Flaming Syrup, we now have to face the Shin Hanabi. Yes, this ship is just slightly more valuable than me. And I already saw that this ship is in a playtest, does a lot of damage against my ship here. That's why I want to show you this. Okay, so the Shin Hanabi plays a lot around mines here. This is actually a bigger problem than you might have thought. Oh, I cannot target this yet. Okay, let's see. Yeah, one thing I should also note here, because we are a lot lighter and I managed to make your thrusters more efficient, we are way faster. Especially our thrust speed is now crazy good, around 81 meters per second, which should also come in handy in a good old PvP match, right? Okay, let's make something like this. Let's see, now look at the mines. Boom. Exploding all over the place. Ay, 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 ay. That's why I want to immediately get rid of them. They're so ugly. Doing so much damage here. I actually cut him into half. Oh no, I'm stuck. There's an asteroid. Yes, we are right now in an asteroid field. This is of course a problem. But actually, that's not too bad that he's flying like right in front of me. He's also blocking his weapons here, kinda. Are our shields tanking this? Oh, yeah, seems fine. So we have lots of shields here to tank, even if our armor is going to tank some few shots here. Also, a big advantage compared to your ship is that my shields are like shielding each other here. So you also had some overlapping shield, but of course, if you condense this more into a formation like this, you can then take more advantage of this even further. Okay, I'd say this was a very good fight. One thing I like about the mining lasers is that they are so precisely, it's crazy. And yeah, I'd say we go to the next battle now. Let's go. Alright, the second fight, of course, a multi-class fight. So I placed the Flaming Syrup here against 3 enemies. We also have to note here that the Flaming Syrup is more meant to fight enemies up front because, of course, I mean, with this pattern, the thermal lens has some problems shooting sideways because it's getting blocked by all these mining lasers here. And yeah, well, if you have a look on this, we are completely open on the side, so we'd better not get flanked here too much. And yeah, my approach here is to go close to this Agarus here, the biggest ship. It's from the IO faction with around 500,000 value, and then we have 2 smaller ships here from the Cable faction, Callisto, around 350k value. And so I hope that we are able to take out this ship here very, very fast and then kind of survive the incoming flank. Alright, let's go! Give me your core. I want your core. Oh yes, we already have big problems here. Yep, we are getting totally lasered. I have to turn around here. Oh, and he got one of our rooms. That's not good. Ah, no. So you can clearly see that this ship is not made as a multi-class fighter. Okay, so yeah, my recommendation here is to use some smaller ship to support your Flaming Syrup in case you want to play this in a campaign, and of course you meant this more as a multiplayer ship, which I know. So yeah, make sure that you only use this as a 1v1 combatant and not as a multi-class fighter. Okay. So yeah, that's it from the Flaming Syrup so far. I'd say we now go over to the second ship for today. Let's go. The second ship for today comes from TechCrafter. You can already see it in the background, and you wrote me. What's up, Gobbo? This is one of my early ships that I built in career mode back when I started playing when the game launched on Steam. I would love to see what you make of it. I know it lacks crew management and is quite inefficient. Yes, it is, and I'm going to show you why in a moment. Okay, so my dream ship is around 5 million in value, maybe include some overclock components, and is still as fast. Thank you in advance. Okay, so TechCrafter, let's see what you gave me here. So the first thing you already have to note here is, and that's the biggest part actually, the deck cannons. The deck cannons are not able to shoot over other roof-mounted weapons like the mining laser or other deck cannons or so. And so especially these 3 deck cannons here and these 3 deck cannons will just be completely blocked by these 2 deck cannons here up front. And that means that we will barely see these deck cannons here firing at all. And so they are actually completely redundant. They are just there for show. Okay, the next big thing we have here in terms of weapons, well, you can already see it. Missile is not really, really perfectly balanced here. The disruptors are not perfectly balanced, and everything is very hard to reach for the crew. We barely have any crew up here and so on. So yeah, crew management, resource management, complete mess. I had to fix a lot here. And now I'm going to show you what I made out of your Battering Ram. I hope you like this skin here. I was like, I don't know, painting this for more than an hour until I found something that satisfied me. Okay, so the Battering Ram refitted. Yes, and this thing is pretty fast. So let's go for the speed first. So if we make a speed test here, your Battering Ram was, I think, around 60 meters per second. This one is over 80. Also very fast, even faster than the first ship, even faster than the Flaming Syrup. So you reach around 85 meters per second, not too bad. While you have here, the old Battering Ram has 75, also not too bad. But yeah, okay, let's have a look on this. So this ship has a massive value of 4 million credits. Unfortunately, as you can see here, I just completely ran out of space and I didn't know what to do with this other space. So I kept this at 4 million value instead of 5 million, as you suggested here. But I added a lot. So I made your entire missile section here way more efficient. This is just the standard missile workload you will see everywhere in Cosmoteer. This is just very standard with here 2 high explosive ammunition factories right next to each other, and then these, yeah, you know this for sure. I also added some thermal canister missiles here to get rid of all of the heat produced by, yes, overclocked shields. I have lots of small overclocked shields, 2 large overclocked shields, and then 6 overclocked small lasers, and in total 10 overclocked disruptors to include some, yeah, here's some energy section over here, I'd say. And of course, I've also made your deck cannons more efficient. Now we have 5 deck cannons right next to each other rather than behind each other. And also everything here, ammo delivering, everything is more efficient now. Okay, I'd say that's it from my little overview here. Let me know what you think about this ship in the comments, and especially about the paint job. This was a lot of work. And I see you in the battle test. Alright, for our single target test, I decided to place the Battering Ram against the Prometheus, one of the biggest ship from the Io faction. So this is already a very interesting fight, and I'd say let's go. Here, I wanted to show you this. So our attack pattern is pretty easy. As the name already implies, we just try to ram the enemy and just completely stick to him and then load all of these deck cannons from close range into his cores here. At least that's what I'm intending to do. Oh, by the way, this ship also has a, sensor here, so you have some very good range to shoot from, especially with your missiles. Yes, I'm already so excited to show you this. Okay, where do we attack first? I think these are very annoying. Then we go here, here, here. Now I want to show you this ship here. Okay. Yes, let's go. So we do have some problems with our missiles. Our missiles are actually our by far strongest weapon, but yes, so many PDs here, overclocked ones, that we actually have some problems getting this done here. Crazy. But we're slowly getting through here. Ooh, but he's also doing a lot of damage here. Oh no, this is not good. Yeah, I was showing you the Prometheus on purpose because you will always have a big problem against enemies with big rays. So also against ships like the Orion or so, you will also have some problems to take them down. Because they really... Oh, we broke through the border stone! No! Because these beams will always just completely overwhelm your shields, no matter how many shields you put there. Especially the overclocked ones, they are just way too strong these days. Okay, I finally got his PDs down, I think, on this side at least. But the Battering Ram is already pretty down here. Oh no. Okay, please go for this core here. Yes, I want to get this one down. Yeah. Get his core, get his core. Go for his core. Oh no, one of our wings broke off. There we go. But we won it. But to be honest, this was also a very, very hard fight here. So I'd say this is kind of a success, of course, if you'd had something like this in a campaign match, that would be insta reload, at least for me. Oh, seriously, we lost so many things here. But yeah, okay. It's time for the multi-class test. Let's go. Right, for the multi-class test, I put our Battering Ram against 5 enemies here. So one bigger enemy, the Shawla Sacrament, with around 800,000 value. Then 2 smaller enemies, the Tinamu, with around 500,000 value. And then 2 very, very small ray gunners here with around 100,000. And I'd say, let's go. I want to focus on the biggest one first, of course. Let's give me half speed here against all these enemies. One thing I should also note here, I have some weapon classes for you. Namely, 1 left wing of disruptors, 2 right wing of disruptors, and 3 the middle one here with the lasers. Yes, exactly. Ooh, the enemies already. Ooh, getting his. Ooh, this is not good. Wait, wrong ship. Total chaos here again. Okay, let's go for this one. I do have some shield generators here, but they are really just meant to just tank a few shots here, not a lot. Oh, we do have problems with this asteroid here. But of course, our rockets are still shooting, which is good. Okay, go for him. Yes. Just casually obliterating this enemy in the meantime as well. Side losses here. Classic. Okay, now for this one. Let's go. So just because of its sheer mass, you will be definitely able to take down some enemies here, but you won't do so without some casualties. So the Battering Ram again is more meant as a fighter against very large enemies from up front and not against multiple targets. Okay, perfect. Is there anything left? I think we annihilated every small enemy here. I mean, look at this. We have so many rocket throws. I don't even know how many we have. Wait, let's count them. So we have 4, 8, 12, 16, 32 normal rocket launchers. And on top of that, 6 more thermal canister missile launchers. Wow. So 38 missile launchers here in total. Nice. Yeah, let me know what you think about my ships in the comments. That's it from this episode. Also, big thank you to Arachnids Are Cool and TechCrafter for participating in today's episode. And I'd say I see you next time. And don't forget, if you want to download the ship designs or want to participate yourself, don't forget to join my Discord server. Link in the description down below. I'm out for today. That's it. Bye bye.